Yeah.
It's about meditating on the self and on notion. You told me to meditate on the self, and this has been my meditation. You also said it has to reach into dream and sleep state. Now in dream state it has reached, because dreams disappear. But how can it reach in deep sleep? In deep sleep I don't remember anything and there is nobody to notice and to meditate. So how can this reach in deep sleep state? Because in dream state there is still something there which
activity of the waking state is this now, you know, and you are troubled, isn't it? You are troubled, you know. With the relationships, are you not troubled in the waking state?
Yeah.
You are troubled. So then you go to this dream state. With the subtle relationships, subtle things, there also you are troubled by the robbers, snakes, tigers pouncing on you.
Yeah.
Isn't it? You are troubled.
Yeah.
So these names and forms are troublesome, isn't it? Names and forms are objects and subjects, and the relationships have troubled you in the waking state and in the dream state alike. Now you speak of sleep state. In the sleep state, these things are not there. These things are not there. No forms and no names, no subjects, no objects. That's called sleep state, isn't it? Achha, then what's the question now from within the sleep state? Not touching these two previous states. You ask me a question from the deep sleep state now. What's the question? What's the question?
In the deep sleep state.
Then are you speaking this next question in the waking state or in the deep sleep state?
Questions come from the waking state.
So waking state I've already finished. You are speaking something of sleep state, no? Therefore, this question must pertain to sleep state, no? There is no subject and no object, no name, no form whatsoever. You don't see any mountains, any men, animals, birds. You don't see, isn't it? You don't see your own body also. You need body to meditate, isn't it? Now both of them are not there in sleep state. So what is the trouble in sleep state?
There is no trouble in sleep state.
Yes. Okay.
Papa, you said that it has to reach, the meditation has to reach the deep sleep state, and that...
Okay, you bring that same sleep state. Why don't you bring the sleep state even in the next waking state? How it happened? How did you change it? How did you change it? Tell me now, come on. The very first second of the waking state and the last second of the sleep state. How this difference?
There is no difference, and that is meditation.
No, don't follow. You don't follow the question. Now you are sleeping. Now you are going to wake the next waking state, okay? So that you ask me this question in the waking state, okay?
Yeah.
But in the sleep state, you were all happy or whatever it is. You didn't complain anything about the sleep state. Now you are entering slowly into next waking state, call it 6 a.m., okay? 6 a.m. At what time you rejected this happy sleep of state? At what time and why?
6 a.m. and 1 second, maybe, when the thoughts come in.
Yes. No, first do away with the sleep state. How did you throw away? How did it vanish? How did it vanish?
By thought.
By?
By thought.
By?
By thought. Get up now.
By thought, yes,
Yeah.
by thought.
Yeah.
So this thought was a notion previous to sleeping state, previous to sleeping, that I have to get up at 6.
Yes.
So that notion which was buried latently into your unconscious mind wakes you up.
Yes.
So if the last thought of the last waking state is I am free, I am happy, I am bliss, I am consciousness, last thought of the previous waking state is now going to be I am consciousness. So this thought went into sleep state. And who will wake up now in the next waking state? Who will wake up? Tell me.
Consciousness.
Consciousness. And in consciousness you slept, and in consciousness you are waking up. Who wants to meditate?
No one there to meditate.
Okay. So, how about your question?
I took the horse from the other end. I mounted the horse from the other end, Papa. I was troubled about that. How can you notice in sleep state if there is, but it can't. Yeah. Yeah.
No, it's quite good. Sleep state. Now in sleep state, you must not try to descend. You must try to ascend from the sleep state. Your intention must be to ascend because you are always happy in sleep state. No? Because you say, I slept happily. So your next sleep state must transport you into the higher state, not lower state. And that's called fourth state, not this state.
Who is there to note or to realize that there is somebody being transported, Papa? Who is there to realize that in deep sleep?
The one who will wake up the next waking state will not wake up in the next waking state, will go to fourth state. This notion, sleep with this notion, not to wake up as this next waking state, but I will have to wake up in the fourth state. This is also a notion then. Yeah.
Yeah.